Caleb from Brownells here, and in today's video we're out at Big Springs Shooting Complex, and I just kind of wanted to walk you through how I zero rifles, especially for new rifle builds. So what we're going to be doing here is just a basic 100-yard zero, which is great for not like precision rifles like this, sure. It's one of the more common zeros for PRS type stuff, but there are other ones out there, of course. And it's the most common zero for hunting. Most deer hunting and stuff like that is a good 100-yard zero, because it's the most versatile in these types of situations. So with that being said, I'm shooting a gun I built on a Solus, Aero Precision Solus Action with the MDT Hunt 26 chassis. And yeah, so what I'm gonna take you through here is just kind of how I do it. First thing I do before I start really trying to zero anything is what you can actually do here, especially with a bolt action rifle, is bore sight down the bore. So let me drop the magazine here, and then I'm going to remove the bolts. And believe it or not, this actually works pretty well. But you can look, and I have a target set up at 25 yards. So we're gonna do 25 yards first, then take it out to 100. So I'm literally just going to adjust this, looking down the barrel, right down the bore, and I'm gonna get that on the target. So once that is on the target, to the best of my ability, what I do now is look through the scope and adjust it for that. And it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll save you a few shots. Let me take this cap off here. There we go. All right. And we're looking pretty dang good now. All right, so that's the first thing I do. Now, next thing I'm gonna do, because this is a new rifle build that I haven't really shot much, I've test fired it, but I haven't really got a good zero on it yet. What I'm gonna do is establish a shot group. So I'm gonna fire a 3-shot group and make sure this gun even groups, right? I recommend doing that pretty much every time you zero a rifle, but you don't necessarily need to do it. Like if you're going out to just verify a zero, like right before hunting season on a gun that's already zeroed, you probably don't really need to do it. It's not a bad thing to do, it's a great practice. However, if the gun doesn't group, then there's no point in zeroing it at all. We need to figure out why the gun's not grouping, because if it doesn't group, honestly, it's pretty much useless, especially for what it needs to be used for. So with that being said, 3-shot group, here we go. All right, let's go take a look at the target. I feel pretty good about that. I will mention we were waiting on some shots because the wind's blowing the target a little bit. I think I fired one of those shots as the target was moving, but let's go take a look and see here. All right, so we got our 3-shot group here. We're about 1 inch low at 25. I'm actually not gonna adjust anything. I'm gonna take this right here out to 100. If my group was way over here, or you know, maybe up here, I would adjust it, but a little low at 25 is actually gonna put me pretty close at 100. I could probably go a few clicks to the right windage wise, but I'm not gonna mess with that yet. I'm just gonna wait and see. So, I mean, I don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna take this out to 100. We got a similar target set up out there already. And I'm gonna pull Steve in here and get him to help me spot a little bit. And let's see what it'll do. All right, so we're ready on the 100 here. I just basically moved my rifle over. Another thing to mention, don't forget if you have parallax adjustment, don't forget to adjust that, because that can definitely hurt your zeroing process for sure. So I'm gonna pull Steve in here with some binos. I got him some fancy binos here, and he's just gonna kind of help me spot some targets. And Steve, whenever you're ready, we'll start shooting. All right, so 100. And I'm gonna do, since I know this gun groups, I'm gonna fire one shot. You can continue to do groups and adjust your groupings, but I feel pretty good about this one, so I'm just gonna do one shot at a time. But like I said, if you wanna shoot groups, go for it. This is a way to zero a rifle. It's not the way to zero a rifle. Okay. All right, I'm going hot. All right, I'm looking a little high and to the right on that one.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and adjust. All right, and this is MRAD, okay? So I was just outside of that top ring, so I'm gonna come down 3 clicks, and then to the left, and we'll walk down there in a little bit and I'll show you what shot I fired when and where. So let's see here. I'm just gonna go 1 click now. All right, and going hot again. That's looking a little, am I seeing low left there, Steve?
Just a little.
I'm gonna fire one more round.
Okay.
And for this, we'll adjust on a 2-shot group. And again, I gotta time my shots here because that wind's blowing the target back and forth a little bit. You see that one, Steve?
I think so. You're a little closer to center.
All right, I'm gonna come up a click. Oh yeah, I think I'm low left.
Yep, I can see it.
And I felt,
7 o'clock, 7:30.
yeah. Same target. Oh yeah, that wind's blowing that target around.
Blowing me around. Must have been very close. I can't make it out with these.
It's on the ring, opposite corner of the first shot.
Okay.
No call.
Okay, we better take a look.
Yeah. All right, so we walked down here. Not happy at all with my groups because just the wind is blowing this thing back and forth, man. So I took another target stand, put it against the wood to brace it, and yeah, instead of just kind of faking it and pretend I did a good job, I'm just giving you the stuff that goes wrong sometimes because it's not always perfect. So let's go finish up this zero and stop wasting ammo. All right, so we braced that target, got some new targets up, and let's get back after it. All right, so that one's about ½ inch to the right of center. It's looking pretty good. All right, so MRAD adjustments, right? So I'm gonna come one click to the right and let's check it out. All right, that one's in the bullseye. Yeah, it's a lot easier to tell how consistent my impacts are whenever the target is holding still, which is essential for zeroing your rifle. I'm gonna put another one in the same exact spot. I felt pretty good about that one, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, I stacked that one right on top of the last one. And it's in the right, it's in the bullseye. It's just, I mean, this is a pretty decent zero, right? If I was using this for hunting, I'd be more than happy with that. But because I'm gonna be stretching this particular gun out to 500 at least, right? I am gonna come, I want that to be even tighter. So I'm gonna come one more click to the left. And that's gonna be my 100-yard zero, and I'm just gonna verify it. Let's go take a look. All right, so 100-yard target, and that was our first shot there on the right. We adjusted. Those are our next two shots together there, those two touching. And then our last shot right here close to that center, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not like a big, like huge professional PRS guy. I'm just kind of an enthusiast when it comes to that stuff, so I'm super happy with this. And once we get out and stretch it to the 500, I don't think we'll need to make any adjustments to the actual zero, but if we do, we'll do it from there. But like I said, if you're using this as a hunting rifle, I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. You wouldn't need to adjust anything. So like I said, we're doing this at 100 yards because that's, in most cases, the most versatile zero for these kinds of things. And but you can zero at any distance using this method, right? So the steps were, you know, we got a bore sight down the bore, which is optional, but super handy. We got a 25-yard group to make sure we were even on paper, and grouping, make sure the rifle actually groups. And then the third one was to stretch it out to 100 and finalize your zero. And that's all there is to it. Those 3 steps right there will get you where you need to be. Like I said before, this is a way to do it, not necessarily the way to do it. Okay, this is just how I do it. I wanted to share it with y'all. But yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if there's something if you have a preferred zero method, let us know in the comments down below, because we like to read all the options on that. I'm sure some of the other viewers will like to check them out as well. So if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. And if you need help with anything for any reason ever, feel free to give us a call on the tech line. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.